Hello, everyone. It's me, Alex, but I think most of you would know that already. And if you didn't, well, the name's in the title of the channel. I'm doing this video today as a sort of self-therapy for myself. So I'm saying goodbye and hello. You don't need to worry. This isn't goodbye from the YouTube channel, but it's goodbye from a certain person I've been from the last year or so. So hopefully you'll give me just a few minutes of your time, and hopefully by the end you'll be saying goodbye to me too. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but give me a sec. And also praise the chunk. Over the past year or so, you've probably seen the channel upload less and less and less. And despite attempts to try and break out of that cycle, I haven't exactly been very successful at doing so. I had a lot of challenges over the past year, and I kind of reached a point of absolute burnout from life. I was having major visa troubles. My work permit was expiring. My permanent residency hadn't been granted, so I had to go through a whole process, which cost thousands of dollars in order to renew my 2-year work permit. I had to do exactly the same process of what I did before, which was I already had the company set up, but I had to do the same process, which means that I had to do a new business plan, which I used a lawyer for, an immigration lawyer firm for. So I had to once again get permission from my company to hire me, and this time you have to advertise your position for a month to prove that I was the only person that could be Alex, the Rambler, essentially. At the same time, a close family member of mine was going through cancer treatment, so I was going back and forth from the UK to help out my family as much as I could. But then I was in a position where my visa was expiring, and I couldn't keep going back to help. So for those of you that don't know, I do have I am diagnosed with anxiety. I have been for a few years, but it's probably been going on much longer than that. Combined with other stuff that I don't want to go into because I don't want to share other people's personal journeys. It was a very difficult year for me last year, and this year I was just been completely spent. I have not been able to be very productive. I have spent most of my time wanting to be productive, but the fear of failure was preventing me from punching through that anxiety. So when I'd come to record, I'd sit down and then I just couldn't do it. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Anxiety and fear. And for a long time, it has consumed me. And this is the part of me that I want to say goodbye to, because I'm finally punching through those walls that I've built up. I guess it was a form of safety net, really, so nothing could hurt me if I wasn't doing anything, in a way. Oh, I should say, the person that was having the cancer treatment is in remission, and the scans that they have come through fine. Touch wood. Touch as much wood as you can. Please, if you're watching at home, please touch wood with me and wish them the best. Again, I'm not going to share who that was with because, again, my family are very private, and I don't want to go into that. I'm sharing with you as much as I feel that I can, and I'm sharing enough about myself, I feel. But the effect that it had on the channel, my anxiety, would get to the point where you'd see that the videos weren't very consistent, and I think a lot of you would be able to tell that there was something going on. I wasn't using the webcam anymore. I didn't want to be on camera. I didn't want to show my face. That was the only way that I could get content out. I stopped streaming. I essentially stopped pretty much everything. And I'm finally, after probably close to a year, finally at a point now where I'm feeling that I can really fricking get back into it with some gusto. and I am psyched to do so. However, a new fear has occurred. The fear that the channel is failing. Taking so many breaks on YouTube isn't the best thing to do for your channel. YouTube will stop promoting your videos as much, which has happened to me. And I think it's also a part of viewer apathy. I've been doing this full time for 6 years, so it's understandable that, and I've had this channel for 10 years, so it's understandable that perhaps my content's got a little stale. I hope not. I still think that they're very entertaining. I live to entertain. It's always been a joy of mine since I was a small child. I used to act when I was a kid. Then I went into being in a band for a while. And then, obviously, most of my adult life, I've been doing YouTube. And it's a joy to know that I'm able to bring smiles to people's faces. But when you're not smiling yourself, it's very difficult to put energy into things to make other people smile when you can't even do that for yourself, you know? But I'm getting through that. So, goodbye to that person that I've been the past year, and welcome back, or welcome to someone that I like. I didn't like that part of myself for the past year. In fact, I hate having anxiety. It makes everything more difficult. Even though you might say fuck off to anxiety, it still comes back and like punches you in the face every now and again. Well, for me, every day. So what I'd like to say is thank you to everyone that has made this life of mine possible. I'm eternally grateful that so many of you still watch the videos. I have to say it's pretty scary to see your average viewership drop from like 80 to 100,000 views on a Hoya video to maybe about 40k. Hopefully with the expansion that'll reignite the channel a little bit with the new Arms Against Tyranny. Of which I was just in Sweden. I got back to Canada yesterday afternoon. We were doing... well, you saw on my Twitter that I was at the studio playing Arms Against Tyranny with some other YouTubers, so you'll get to see that at some point in the future. But I'm going off on a tangent. This was meant to be explaining why I've not been really present the past year or so, and I guess I could apologise, but I don't think that's necessary. I went into survival mode, and I'm only now just coming out and living life again. So what I will say is thank you for your patience, thank you for your support over the years, and thank you for anyone that's ever watched a video. It really, this channel has completely changed my life and enabled me to do what I thought would never be possible, and that's own my own company and entertain full time, which is just an absolute joy to be able to do, especially full time for 6 years. It's not an easy thing to do on YouTube for this long, but I recognise how lucky I have it, and I want to be able to do this for as long as possible. So, what's new? Well, I'm back. I'm able to record a lot more than I was previously able to do last year. I don't know if anyone has similar experiences with anxiety, but it can be absolutely crippling. Even if you're on medication, it can still be awful. And that's what it's been like for me. I haven't really been living my life as much as I should have been. And I became incredibly distant. I love what I do. I love that I can still entertain you full time. And I'm back, baby. I'm back! So, what you're going to see on the channel is a reinvigorated me, creating the content that I want to bring to you. I'm also starting a new channel, a Ramble Through History, which will be a history-focused YouTube channel, which I'll be presenting. Got a couple of scripts done, and one of them was written by Lady Rambler, the other one was written by a friend of mine, and who also has their own YouTube channel, Aldra Hill. So that kind of content will be coming probably in October. I've set up the channel already, so if you want to subscribe to that, you can, but I would honestly wait until there's content for you to watch. Otherwise, you're just subscribing to a channel with no content. In the meantime, if you want to be notified of videos that I'm releasing on Alex the Rambler, just maybe click the bell. I don't know if clicking the bell still helps or not, but hey ho. But thank you. It is a heartfelt thank you that I made, that you're all still watching. Sorry, that turned into more of a ramble than I thought. I'm not a very good script writer. I'm not very good at writing videos. I just like to turn on the camera and see where it goes. As much as I have all this information up in my head, sometimes it comes out a bit rambly. But to sum up, my mental health was in the gutter for the past year or so, and I'm only just about getting to the point where I'm able to throw myself back into work. And thank you all for being patient. I'm back. Goodbye to the husk of that person that I was, and hello to me, Alex. Thank you.